Hi everybody, it's Maureen from Massachusetts, Crafty Sky Lady coming at you. And I'm here in my worst outfit ever, probably. I have a bathing suit on with a bathing suit top over it, cover up. It's cool. I went in my pool this afternoon, so needed to get cool, I'm sure you can understand. It's been a little while since I've had a video, so I wanted to talk with you, and I'll share some things I've been doing with you. But oh my God, I'm here. This is my eBay space, office little area where I do my work for eBay, my listing. And this is the window that I had done over and washed everything a few months back over the latter part of the spring. And I enjoy this. This is my little change up of things. So anyway, I thought I'd sit here for a different change with all that. Now, we're not in my dining room. Why? Well, because with all the rain, we have a terrible leak situation going on in there. And it's not wonderful. I have my O-ring, so I'm trying to make sure I can do this with looking decent here. I have my O-ring on for more light in this corner. But anyway, with all the rain, and we've been getting a lot of rain in the poor state of Vermont, which is just 20-minute, half an hour ride north of us, is really been hit hard, evidently. But anyway, with all the rain here in New England the last few days, and it has rained every day for the last couple weeks at some point. And the last couple of days, it was heavier, stronger rain. And so over the past few years, we've had this little leak in the ceiling of our dining room. Now, if we back up a year or two now, 2 Christmases ago, we had it done over. I had it wallpapered, the ceiling done, painted, gunked and painted, wallpapered, came down, and new paper went up, and the rug got pulled up, that old rusty rug that seems to be following me everywhere in my life. Rusty old carpet from the 70s. Oh my God. So that came up. I started pulling that up, and then my husband helped me. We got that up. Got a good flooring company to come over. Lo and behold, we had beautiful floors under that awful carpeting. So they look real nice. Polyurethane and all. Did all that. Beautiful. New light fixture. Well, okay. Got rid of a lot of stuffed furniture in there that we didn't need anymore. Anyway, long story short, it leaked again because we've never fully repaired the area of the slate roof, 9-room farmhouse, old slate roof here in New England. And sure enough, it's not good. It came in pretty good this time, and so all that nice ceiling is looking pretty bad and needs to be done again. And there's one section of the wall where luckily our wallpaper man had me order just a little bit extra, and I have a roll or so that can fix that area. So anyway, we were a bit anxious about it. My husband, he's 88 and gets very anxious about things, and I can get anxious about things, but that was really bothering us. And we woke up to a lot of water coming in. Had to put a bowl down there and towels and all that stuff. So anyway, a man through Angie's List and getting on the computer and looking up slate roof repair for my area, I was able to find a company, and a man came right away within 15-20 minutes of me texting. And he's not the original owner. He's one of the crew. But he came, got right up there, young guy, and he found the area right away where the leak is and started working with the slate and the gunk. And two guys, we understand, will be here tomorrow to continue working and come inside and get to the guts of that and fix it and then do repair. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what we're doing. So, there's that. I had my girlfriend's cat for about 15 or 17 days here. Shadow, little black cat, no problem. But she finally came. She had visited her homeland of Costa Rica. And her boyfriend is allergic to the cat, so we had the cat. So that is now gone. eBay. My eBay is doing pretty darn good, and I have, as we speak, 331 items on eBay. You're looking at her, who's doing all the work. I like it though. It's fun for me. It's a job, and I like doing it from home. I feel good about that. Yeah. So, anyway, and it's working. This is where I do it, and there's all these items that I do up, and a whole big pile here ready to go upstairs into inventory. This is a handbag, and Treviso beautiful. You can see it through the pretty psychedelic colors of kind of retro. But anyway, there is a ton of things, and I had to start an inventory. Not so much for my clothing yet. I have a pretty good handle on that, but it's more the hard goods. I found that with all the hard goods I'm getting, I take the pictures and list them, and then I wrap them right away. If I can, in bubble wrap, newspaper, whatever they need, so that when they sell, I can just grab them, put them in the proper container, box, or package, and ship them. And there's not a lot of delay in that process, so because I've already done the hard part of wrapping it up, blah, blah, blah. Well, I found that the last couple of times of last couple of weeks trying to find an item got a little complicated, and that told me, okay, it's time to start an inventory number system. And I bought through out tag selling, thrifting, I bought more of the plastic bins with the drawers and the wheels on them. I got several up in my eBay room upstairs where, yeah, it's a little bit of a haul. I got to do the work here and then get them upstairs with my bad knee. I'll talk about that in a moment. But it seems to be the barn. That and the barn, I'll be working to change up some things and make it all work for me. But thus far, I'm making it work. And so I started a number system, which I'm finding I can find things better and, have a listing. And I started a Word document template for that source, so I can also have a guide taped right to my bins, the rubber drawer bins, so that I can look there and also here, and I'll know where my stuff is. So that's working out pretty good. So I did that. I've been busy. The girl has been busy. Plus gardening. We got our pool up. Yay! I'm loving that. It really feels good. And I kind of goofed. Didn't realize that we had a 16-footer, 48-inch high Intex the last few years. Well, I bought a Coleman, and we're liking it, both of those so far. I had no problem with either or. But my goof, I bought an 18-footer, so we had 2 more feet of fun to splash around in, right? So I'm having fun with that. I had my girlfriend over one day, and Thursday I might be seeing my daughter and granddaughter to come and enjoy it too. So we'll see. So anyway, that's that. And that's all hooked up. So we're doing things. My bottle area, I'm loving. My garden beds are doing really good. I actually have buds timely on my squash plants and my tomato plants. Yay! And I've already gotten barrage. Matter of fact, I was going to make a glass. Barrage tea, people. Cold. Love it. I take the leaves and the flowers, a handful, bring them in, rinse them off, let them slosh around in some cold water, get anything live that's on them off, let them soak for a while, drain that, put them in a glass, beautiful little teapot that I have, perfect for this, hot water, and let that steep all afternoon or overnight, throw in some mint leaves, my Truvia for sweetener, and some sliced lemon wedges. Oh my God, so delicious. Refreshing drink without being heavy. It's not, I like it better than the dandelion tea and some of those others, chamomile. I like this one better, Barrage. It is delicious. A little bit of a watermelon-y and cucumber mix of a flavor. Light, not heavy. I am loving that. So I will be making more of that. I've made 2 pictures thus far. And my girlfriend came today from Costa Rica. And she's used to different flavors. And she really liked it too. So I can't say enough about using the barrage to make tea. And I'm liking it. So there's that. I'm happy about a lot of things that are coming about. My knee. PT is helping me so much with my right knee. I am not in pain. I am not dragging it. And the pool. I have a little routine I'm doing, and I go back to PT tomorrow. I've been off. They've been off for 2 weeks vacation on their end. So the 2 weeks I've been busy, and I can say that I have not been in pain, and I have not had the swelling as hardly as much. So, and I'm able to do things. So this is good. I've actually almost forgotten about it. Isn't that good? So that is real good. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, little by little we're getting things done, getting her done. So anyway, I do have some jewelry that I did up. I wanted to show you that I made from the broken dishes, china and soft soldered, and I'm getting ready to put that into my little vendor slot at a store on Hope Street called Inno Vintage Place, and real pretty pieces. And I got more that I want to do. I'll show you if I can grab it right here. If we can showcase some of that. Okay, this is going down there, and I have it for $27, and I think that's a pretty good buy. I'll put it on a large chain, and look how beautiful that is. Is that not pretty? With a raised edge, and this is actual silver solder. It has a little more silver in it. It's pricey, but I really think it gives a good look. And this has got a nice little bail. If you can see, that got the price tag on it too. Isn't that pretty? Kind of a peachy. I just loved it. My husband cut them for me with the big drill bit. I got 2 of them. So I made this one plain like this on a big, large chain. Somebody wants it. But then I took the other one, same size piece and everything, and I put it on a little different bail, and I changed it up by adding beads, strung beads in complementary colors. And I really just love this too. Is that not gorgeous, folks? Look at those. I don't know if that kind of, see if I can fix the to bend the way they want to bend. I can just see that on a nice, oh yeah, pretty, lovely, lovely piece. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's, again, $28 I have on that. Worth it all day long, folks. Lobster claw clasp. And the beautiful bail. You see the bail that's on there? And the beautiful work, detailed work with my... That takes time. It takes time to make those. Now, I had this one from a while ago, but I love it. Dainty. This one is going for $22. And that was a piece of a dish. A beautiful, delicate little chain to complement the size of the... And that's on a... That's just on a jump ring, evidently. Yeah. No fancy veil, but just a large jump ring. Yeah, so that will be going down there. And then, this is an experiment kind of piece. This is a pin brooch, and the ring is so that you can do one of these jobbies while you're wearing it. Hang your glasses. You know, I don't know about you, but I lose things lately bad, and glasses are one of them. I'm looking all over the house for stuff. That's why for a long time you'd find me with the, you know, on a beaded strand or something, but kind of made me feel like a little bit more matronly than I wanted to look. So I kind of stopped that look. But I saw people really scoffing up these kind of things. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to make some of those. So anyway, it's got the pin brooch on the back. So it could also be like a sweater thing, too. You could put your sweater clip and the eyeglass thing, you know? Kind of, yeah. So anyway, I've made a couple of those. As a kind of an experiment, see how they do. My glasses back on here. So that's, and this is a little basket of flowers from a dish. And that is going for $22. That took a little while for me to figure that out and design it. And I wanted to make sure the back didn't look like a bunch of chewed up bubble gum, but there's no way you can really get around. You've got to get your copper foil and tape on there for the ring to hold good, but overall it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. And then I'm making another one of those in pretty purple. And then check these out. I've got some earrings. These are lovely. And then I will have a bunch of more earrings to do. I'm actually going to work on them tonight or tomorrow. But I guess I got that on. My hair is everywhere. Okay. These are a pair of earrings. These are in the silver solder. These are $19. And look how pretty these are. On hooks. Really pretty. Nice size, not too big, but you know, pretty. Yeah, somebody wants these. Somebody's looking for these. They'd be pretty to wear to a wedding or wear, whatever you're doing. T-shirt too. T-shirt and jeans, white T-shirt and jeans. They'd look adorable. Dressed up in a dressy dress to a wedding, or getting married with a wedding gown. Any of those. That's how I think, folks. All right, so that's the made jewelry. I have a lot more to do too. Pieces started. Now, these are pieces. My husband drilled these with the smaller, more nickel quarter size chuck. And I have copper foiled them ready for solder, so you'll see the copper foil on them. And these will have hooks, and these will be, you know, dangle earrings about the size of these here that I just showed you. They'll probably be like that. Or I have others. There's one pair. There's enough for 3 pair here. So what I thought I would do, now this pineapple, see, because you're drilling from a plate, no two are ever going to be alike, and I kind of like that. But you're not going to get them perfect. Like you can see that this one's off a little bit, but that's okay, because what I might do with this pair is make them with a little bit of chain and have them hang longer. And in the chain, I have charms. I've got your palm trees, you know, little things that I can add to it to give it that beach theme, let's say. So, I might give that a whirl. Yeah. And they'll be a lot of fun. Somebody wants these. So I'll have fun. I'll show you all those when I'm all done. But these are ready for solder. So there's 1 pair, 2nd pair, and 1 more pair. And see, he got all of these from 1 plate. And I can get $22 to $30 a pair. And I probably spent 50 cents to $1 for the plate. I like those margins, don't you? Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm doing with those. So I thought maybe we could go over there and, you know, solder a little bit if we may. Yeah. So I've learned a lot. I'm watching YouTubers' videos. I'm learning a lot about different things to look for, a bolo to be on the lookout for while I'm out thrifting. And most recently, I started, let's see if I can move that just a little. Most recently, I put on some dress patterns, old vintage patterns. I've put on eBay. I've put on some nice men's ties, lovely, and I pressed them up, brought them home and pressed them up good, and listed them. All my stuff that I list, I'm picky, so I make sure it's clean. I wash everything, I iron everything. It's work for me, but I want my pieces, when they go on, to look like somebody really cares. I wrap them up nice. I might even wrap them in tissue for you, like a gift. I make sure I do a thank you card if it's a really good sale, and you know, I send a lot of information. Yeah. And so I'm having fun with all that, and it's paying off. It's really paying off. So I will continue that. I'm eager to see what the 4th quarter of the year is going to look like, and so I'm really getting things going for that holiday season, and getting my mind thinking about what I want to do for some of that as well. I'm following another lady in the crafting department, watching her do a lot of letter transfer. So in my videos, maybe we'll be trying some of those kind of things. I'm eager to see with the paper, and you rub off, and I don't have a laser jet printer, but I have the ink, but I think we can still work it out, because I kind of like the look of the real. You know, if it didn't come out perfect, that's okay. I'm not one for perfection. I want them to have their own uniqueness to them. So I'm not looking for perfection as I am a unique style. So anyway, so that's that. Yeah, so we're getting there. There's just a lot going on. I was carrying flower sitting, I guess you could say, caring for some flowers for my other friends who, they'll be back tomorrow, but they've been away They went to Hawaii, so that's good. So I was making sure their beautiful flowers got watered and stayed lovely. Of course, it's rained a lot, so, but 1 or 2 days I had to give them some water. So I've done that. I've been busy, plus trying to keep this place going, and God knows there's plenty to do, and I'm getting there, but I never quite feel like I'm quite done. I probably never will be, and I guess that's the part I've got to realize, you know, dishes get dirty, and, things might need a good vacuum, and, pick one, because I can't be everywhere and my husband's 88, he can't do as much, and I don't expect him to, but I'm just saying a lot more I feel is on me, and that's okay, but I get overwhelmed, and I have to tell myself, and I've got a couple friends who are younger, and it did come and help, and with a tag sale and stuff, that was great. They helped great, and so I will continue to get that help if I need it too for things, but it can be overwhelming at times with everything that I'm into, and everything that I want to do, and everything that needs to get done, So anyway, there's all that. So let's, as long as my camera's allowing me, and it's been fun talking with you, I'm going to bring you over with me, and we're going to solder these pineapple earrings. And if my camera lets me, we'll get the hooks on too, on jump rings. And sometimes that's not always in my favor. I never quite know. Some nights I have a really easy time with jump rings, and other nights I struggle, and it's a nightmare. So we'll leave it up to the universe to see which one happens tonight, right? So, okay, so let's go over there, and I will do that. Let me get going here. Bring this with me and set up my area over there, and I'll be right back with you. Bring that there. Yeah. Anything else I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk to you about. Can't really think of anything, so we'll work on the jewelry. That'll be good. Let me turn my solder iron on. I'll come back and get you, and get my lighting going on over there. Okay? One moment. Oh, and maybe a cup of my barrage tea. That would be good to our glass. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just about there, folks. I just want to make sure that I grab my scissors because my scissors over there are not good. And we'll bring this with us. And I don't know that I need the O-ring over there, so I'll just leave it on. I think I got enough light close by over there. Okay. Still a lot in this room, but done nothing but work on it. I guess it's inevitable with a workroom. You're gonna have stuff. Because I have a lot of projects. I'm just one of those kind of people, I guess. Alright. Let's see if I can make... Okay, I just plugged my soldering iron on. And see if I can get this going here. That's good, I guess, huh? Kind of see what I'm working on. My water for... Alright, folks, lots going on. My clips that I use for that. Alright, as you can see, I have a lot of stuff here. Here's another one of those. This one actually, I gotta do a little more to it, but that's the back of it. But this is actually gonna be pretty too. Another one of those eyeglass things. Yeah. Trying to keep it simple too. And it's pretty with the ornate. Yeah. And that's on there good, I think, but I do have to finish that a little better. And I found that this glue right here, this one, crazy glue. This glue, to me, works really good on keeping these crazy glue. I believe I got it at the dollar store. Yeah. I mean, that is, I did that the other day. That's not going anywhere. Yeah. Okay. So, I made some beads. I was thinking for those earrings, but then I decided not to use them. Now there's that. Get those over there. Here's there. Now, okay, I have this, and I made 1 or 2 sets already of this plate. I don't know if I'm getting a good look-see. And so I want to make another with maybe some dangled charms, jump ring, and chain, and do that up pretty, and the earrings to match. I don't know if you can really see the detail, and it's actually got gold on the rim of the plate. Kind of pretty. And I have one like this already in the vendor space. Yeah. And one of the earring is right here. Now, this is the solder I talk about. That's silver. It's much more expensive. Sterling. Yeah, I forget what I paid. I'll have to look so you guys know. But look how thick it is compared to this one, which is my standard that I've been using. See how much different it is? And but when I'm making a nice piece, I am using this, and I might use this for some of it, but mostly if I'm working with this, I stay with this on a piece. Yeah. This is my flux. It looks like Vaseline. I bought this a little while ago, but this stuff will last if you take care of it. Don't contaminate it. Yeah, junk. All right, I got a lot of. This is my what do we call this? Sal ammoniac. This is a new bar. I haven't opened it yet because I'm still using the old one, which is really getting. But it's a bar, kind of looks like a bar soap, but it's hard, and you use it for your soldering iron. See that? It's hot. So I want to clean the sides. I'm going to put it in there. It's going to smoke a little bit. I have a fan going to, and it actually cleans that and gets it ready for to take your solder. And then I always have a bead in the middle of this old block of salt, and that's my bead. That's my tinning. That's where you always want to what they call tin it. So right now, and it's hot, so it's going right in there nicely. Just about, yeah, and it's tinned. It's melted right onto that little bead of solder. And now the edge, that's hot. Boy, you don't want to be fooling around with that. Yeah, put that in there. And that is tinned nicely, ready to accept solder. But my pieces, even though they're over here copper foiled, they are not ready because I have not put any of my flux onto my pieces. So that's the next thing that needs to happen. I'm taking a clean Q-tip and opening my flux, and I want to take some. I'm working on this piece right here to add more solder. I can see where the copper's still showing through, and you don't want that. So we're going to add more to that. So in working with that, I'm going to take some of my tweezers here, and I know that this is ready. I'm going to take my regular solder, which is, what is this, 5260 at Aubuchon. 516, I'll show you the numbers. Anyway, here we go, folks. I don't know if you can see me. Let's move this. There we go. And I'm working on a tile. You always work on a surface that will accept heat. And at first, when I started, and at times I'm still, you gotta be very careful. Most of the time I'm working with an apron on too. And you want to have good ventilation. Like I said, I've got the overhead fan going. And I have another fan I can turn on too if it gets real hot in here. I'm just trying trying to make this look a little bit better. Now, as you can see, I'm grabbing the solder. There's a good ball of solder on there. If you find that you're putting your soldering wand there and not much is happening, then it's time to put it back in your little beaded ball and tin it again. That's what I find. And what I'm doing is I'm going back and forth, kind of smooth, trying to smooth out. There, it looks a little better. I'm trying to smooth out that solder and give it a good. Okay. And I always take with files afterward, hand files, everything gets a light sanding, because you don't ever want your finished piece to have rough edges. It's going to have the ornate detail to it, like my raised, but they're smooth. They're not, there's not any sharp raised edges that's going to grab at somebody's beautiful sweater or a nice silk blouse or something that they're wearing, you know, because you don't want that. You don't want people writing back after you've sold it saying, your jewelry, you know, is snagged my beautiful, you know, $100 silk blouse or something. You know, you don't want that. So you always sand stuff down, and I will show you all that process. Sounds like storming again out. I don't know. Okay. So I'm gonna leave that. Ooh, let it cool. And then we're also gonna fix it in there. I don't like the way it looks in there. But anyway, that piece is still a work in progress. Alright. Now, I'm going to clean this out almanac edge. You can see it smoking a little. I'm rubbing it against the edge of that, and then I'm going into the beaded solder. And it's dropping and melting in nicely, turning it a little, and I got a nice solder, tinned edge of solder, if anything. I got it, yeah, got a nice tinned edge of solder. And I'm going to take a pair like these. These are off just a hair. And I'm going to put some flux around the edges, and we're going to use the other nice solder, the silver solder, and we're going to have fun with that. I like this pasty flux versus anything that comes in a liquid. I guess there is a liquid form, but I find I use this for the way that I make my jewelry. I don't know. I just started working with it, and this is the way I'm one of those. I kind of revert back to what works best for me, I guess. So flux is on. I might take this, which is just a pair of tweezers. I might move that over a little bit and work from this. Now, another thing is, let's get some more on here. Okay. I'm gonna grab some flux. Solder. Some of these I didn't get as much copper foil around the edge as I probably would have liked, but that's okay. As long as it's on good on the remaining side, we can work from that. I actually gotta fix this one. I can see with a little section that really doesn't have enough. So I will have to add some there. Something. Okay. Be careful because these pieces are very hot when you're working with them. Yep. Okay, let's get some more solder. I might have to tin again. Clean and tin again. Yeah. Clean edge. And re-tin, which is just dipping it back into that little ball. And now she's ready to accept solder. See how much easier they accept the solder once you've tinned it. Alright, so now there's a lot on there, and this is the silver stuff, so this should go a long way. And I'm just gonna turn this. Yeah. This is going good. This edge is going pretty good. Yeah. And, you can put a couple coats of that on, see? Yeah, I'll get some more solder. Should be hot enough. Yep. Okay. I'll grab this one. Might have to tin that again. Yep. See that my wand has had a lot of use. You have to keep getting new tips every now and then, which this isn't that old, this tip. This tip seems like I just replaced that not too long ago. There we go. You get them on Amazon, for the Weller tips, you know, soldering iron tips. Oh, I gotta work on. Okay, that went on pretty good on there. We'll have to see how the rest of it does. Okay. Getting the edge. I hope that you're all having a nice summer and that the universe is being good to you. And things are going nicely for you. If you've got gardens, I hope that they're growing nicely. Look at that, folks. This one's going on pretty darn good. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get these done anyway, so that's good. Oh, okay, so let's take this. Yeah, and we gotta get to the sides. Yeah, that's what we gotta do. Smells a little bit. This is hot, folks. You want to be very, very careful when working with this stuff. It is very, very important. Okay, I'll go back to this one because this one's bumpy. I'll probably put more solder on. Yeah. So, yeah, Just trying to get everything done, right, folks? Yeah. Over to the edge, rub it on the Saw Almanac, back into the tinning ball, which is shrinking because I think I used some of it. So now here's something you're going to have to So those two can kind of sit over there. I'll do the others. I've got to pick through this a little bit to find another little ball because the ball I had in there, evidently I used it. And you always want to have a little center ball in there. Oh, this looks like too much though. I usually keep a little bit because, yeah, something. I don't know, that doesn't look like, that looks like more of a bead. That's not it. Alright, we don't want beads, we want solder. Alright, this looks like it might be some. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. And this has a little holder. I don't know if you can see it has a holder thing. Yeah. It sits in and then yeah. And you can also rub it onto the sponge too that we're supposed to clean it with, not so often. Wipe it down. Yeah. Rub it on the Saw Almanac. Into the solder. That's tinned nicely. I don't want that, it's too big. Alright, and we'll take this. Cocoa pieces. Don't want that ever dripping on you. That's nice. Okay, let's get the flux on them. Too much. Yeah. Sometimes I go crazy with the flux. to go to town with this. Alright, people, that's all tinned. Looks good. So let's grab some solder, the good solder. And let's go to town. If it doesn't grab the solder right away, just go back to your block, clean it up a bit, back into the tinning ball. That's what I do. Get it ready to take that solder. There we go. It's taking it now. Yeah. Ah, nice piece of solder. Now we can always go back to that. And what I'll do now is do the top part, and there's enough solder on here to carry a little bit over here, I think. You'll be able to tell too as you work these pieces if you need to grab more solder, or if there's enough to pull it. Because, you know, the solder will go a long way. Yeah. And you're just making sure that all the copper gets covered, and then you can always go back and do another coat so that you know that your piece has got some good solder on it, especially if you're going to add other things like charms and jump rings, embellishments. If you're going to make them longer, and you know you're adding stuff, you need to know that there's a good amount of solder on there to hold everything. Yeah, so always think about adding another layer. You know, you'll know with your pieces as you get designing and decorating and different stuff. I've gotten a lot of 5-star reviews, and I got ribbons at the fair. I've done customer orders on Etsy and 5-star reviews. Everybody was happy with what I did, so yeah, and I've done several, so yeah. And I taught myself. You just get a feel for it, that's all. Like anything. Practice, 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 right? Yeah. And like I said, I at first was very intimidated by the hot soldering iron. Very. Yeah. vacuum back here. I meant to. It's an old farmhouse, and this is really, it's got that indoor-outdoor green carpet my husband put in years ago, evidently, which is fine, but, this is an old bike potato shed, I think I've mentioned before, so it's really, you know, and there's a dirt cellar under here, so I like to keep it vacuumed good, especially in the summer, or any of the months, really. Let's keep it vacuumed good. Surprised that did it. Huh. Yeah. Alright, well. Okay, let's see if I can get some more here. Ah, so that's good. Always be careful and always have patience when you're working with tools that, you know, heat up like this, yeah. Or sharp, anything sharp, hot, all those things. Alright, those two need to cool, and I'll go back to them. One more. Okay, good. Yay, yay, yay. You still with me, folks? crafty sky. Creative time with Maureen Sky, right? Yeah, my pool feels wonderful, and I'm loving the little workout that I'm getting because it's helping my leg so much. I cannot get over it. Wow. Yeah. So it's good for me. Yeah. Yeah. Can't say enough about it. Okay. Boy, that tinned up nicely. concentrate when you're doing this. You can't be unfocused. You gotta stay right with it. I saw this plate a while back and I thought, oh, that'll make the cutest earring. And I've got the cutest charms to go with it too. You wait, I got some cool things. Yeah, just gotta find them, but they're not far. They're here somewhere. Yeah, in my stash. Okay. This one needs a little more. Yeah, then we can think about how we want to design these. And I have so many options and so many pretty beads. Yeah. Okay. Alright, guys. Well, those pieces are soldered. Now we just have to kind of see what we want to do after that. These two can kind of go together. Alright, now with all of that, I have got to look for my different pieces. beads. I like to put what I'm going to work on into a little container like that. Now here's a little blue. I don't even know if you can see it, but a little blue seed bead. I don't know that I want any green just yet on it. Mostly blues. Dark blue. That's probably a Swarovski crystal. And a clear one. Another dark Swarovski. And I'm putting colors in this little cup that I think I may use. And this is just a start of, like, I like this one, silver. So, here's another little white one, bluish. And here's another little light blue. So, anything like that. Now, these other ones are not complementary to what I want to do. So, I will put these aside into this little dish here, maybe. So many little beads and stuff that I don't need to use just yet. All right, so I have a little cup of some complementary beads that may go good with adding beads. So I'm gonna, here's another whole cup of beads, look at that. And I'm just gonna throw them in my hand and I'm gonna pick through them to see if they're anything. Now I don't want these stars because they look too childish and too cheapo. I think they were some that my granddaughter had with something. I will not be using those. Oh, excuse me, folks. And another little tiny bead. And so is this one. These aren't going to go on nothing. They're too tiny. I don't even think they're going to go on wire. Here's another blue one. Here's another pretty pearly white, which I do like. I don't know where those tiny ones came from. They are way too tiny. I do like the clear seed beads. That's what that is. I'll put that in there. Here's another dark blue Swarovski. Here's a light blue pearly bead. Here's some blue seed beads. And another crystal seed bead. Okay, another crystal seed bead. Alright. And that's about it for this batch. So that can go over there. And that's what I do. I keep picking through my stash here till I get some beads that I like, and we'll be putting them on. Now this is big. I don't think I'll be using that, but we'll put it in there anyway. Now here's a nice little bead M. That's pretty. I'll put one of those in there. Don't want that. I don't want letters right now. I do like these white pearlies. We'll put several of those in. The little white pearlies, yes. There's a couple of them. Now here's some of the blue pearlies. Ooh, kind of like a seed bead. Not those. There, got it. Yeah, you gotta have patience when you're doing this part of it because there's a lot of, figuring out, picking through stuff, seeing what you like. And I have other beads. It's not just these. I have tons of stuff to select from, so. I'm just getting a bunch of beads together so that I don't have to dig later. All right. Now sometimes I will vary away from the colors and throw in some other colors, or if it's a dish that has a lot of other colors, but being that this is white and blue only with the silver, I don't believe I'm going to deter too far off of that with color. In this case, I have in other instances, but not in this case. I'm just sticking with whites, blues, and any silvery crystal-y and clear crystal. Okay, so that's what you're seeing here. And maybe a dark blue here and there. So I think I've got enough now too, because we don't want to make them too long, what I'm doing. Then I gotta look for my palm trees and all that jazz in another section. Alright, I think we got it, guys. I've got enough of this stuff going on for a while. Okay. Don't see too much here that needs to go in there. Clear on. Okay. I think we can work from what I've got now. And put these back in here. Unless I'm seeing anything here that really stands out. Oh, that's a nice blue one. Oh, let's see what that is. Oh, this is a little butterfly thing. Nah. Alright. There is a pretty big blue one. Looking for one more of those beaded end things, but I may not find one. You know, like bead cap things, I like those. But I have another section where I keep those too. So, I think I'm seeing one. Alright. Not that. But I have it. There it is. Yes. I may be able to use that. Okay. Alright. And maybe one big pearl too. Let's go to town creating something pretty here. I stick to you. Are we having fun yet, folks? Alright, now, because I don't want that. This is the wire I will be using. And we need to cut. I broke one of these. This is not this big. Alright, I'm taking a good piece of wire because I'm going to be making two long. So I've got a piece, I don't know, I'd say about 6 inches, 7 inches. And I'm going to fold it in half so that I have two of the same length, right? And I'm going to cut it right there in half. There we go. Then I'm going to take my needle nose pliers and drop one, pick up one for now, and straighten it out as much as I can. Take one of the ends, take my needle nose pliers, right, and I'm going to go in about that much, a good 1.25 inches maybe, right, and then I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to take my hand and I am going to wrap that around a few times, right, and that's one of my ends. Now I'm going to cut that off, take it away from, I usually have a, where'd we go? I usually have a wastebasket nearby, but I don't tonight. I will get one, but I'm just going to close my eyes and snip down low into my apron blouse here. Don't really know where it went, but I will be vacuuming shortly anyway. So that's what it looks like so far. And I'm going to take these pliers that have more of a flatter, they're needle nose but more flatter, and I'm going to just flatten that edge so that there's no rough edges. I'm gonna just flatten it all out, push it in. There's nothing really sharp there. I'm not getting any sharp edge. Plus I sand everything. So now I've got the start of where I want, and we can do the same with the other. We can go in that 1.25 inches. Do the same thing with this one, because you want two identifying, yeah. So I'm going in, I've made my little, okay, I'm holding on, I'm going back with that, and I'm just twisting around several times to get a good end to that. Taking my nipper, I have a little tail that's coming off. Close my eyes and do this into my lap. For the snip, right now it's a little sharp, soon I will be flattening it with this. And that's how you do your little ends. This wire is your typical jewelry wire. I forget the gauge, but you can look and get all different gauges, and they will guide you. All those places will guide you as to what to buy. You know, this is the standard wire. That's got a little rough edge, but I will be sanding these down. So I will flatten it just a bit more. Okay. Ooh, that's really sharp. I don't want that. This one's got a little bit of a tail going on. Not bad now. Okay. All right. So now I have my two pieces that I will be working on to make. One of these pairs is going to be longer, and I want beads on them. So we're going to take, and maybe we'll do a big ball at the end.